Deactivate your Facebook account and you may find that your friends are less than pleased with you. And that's great news for the company's shareholders. Here to tell us more is MarketWatch's Quentin Futrell. Okay, so Quentin, tell me how common it is for people to deactivate their Facebook accounts.
So about 1/3 of Facebook users at some point, according to one study, take a break. And they do it because they get bored, because they're trying to avoid somebody's friend request. They just spend too much time on Facebook. So quite a lot of people actually go in and out.
Interesting. So what's the reaction when you deactivate your account? What do people do here?
Oftentimes, psychologists say, don't take it well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they take it personally.
Really?
And they think they've done something. They say things like, what have I done? Or they think that you're fallen into some deep depression and that there's something terrible going on in your life. Right, so they tend to have, some people tend to have adverse reactions to people leaving Facebook.
Why do they take it so personally?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I think they really, with Facebook, it's a community. It's sort of like that bar from Cheers where everybody knows your name.
Right.
And you enter into a social contract with people, psychologists say, when you join Facebook. So you've agreed to be there for them as well as they being there for you. So when you leave, it's sort of like moving house. You're gone, and people, especially if without saying goodbye, and then people who do say goodbye, you know, there's people who say, I'm leaving Facebook in a week. It just seems like an attention grab.
Right. Well, so did you hear any particularly juicy tidbits of someone leaving and then somebody, you know, freaking out? Or
Well, you know, what I did before I wrote this piece was I left myself for a good week.
What happened?
Yeah, well, it was the same thing. I got all these emails saying, I got one email saying, you know, I'm sorry if I've done something to offend you, because sometimes people think that you've blocked them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they don't think that you've left. They think that they're blocked. Because people tend to think of the rest of the world in relation to them.
Right.
And people can take things personally very easily. So I got one person who thought that I had blocked her.
Oh, my gosh.
And I had to send her an email saying, you're one of my favorite people
I would
on
never,
the planet.
do that.
Why would I do that? Yeah, and other people said, are you okay? You know, something going on with you. And yeah, other people were sort of like, where have you gone? How will I contact you? And sometimes it's the people who are the most, how do I put this, high maintenance?
Yeah.
The people that you actually do want to get away from on Facebook are the people who send you the first email saying, where are you? Where have you gone?
All right, so what if we want to quit? Do you have any tips for us to quit without getting the whole, you know, backlash with your friends?
Yeah, I think if you're going to do it, you just want to say, I'm going to go, maybe put a notice up, but not like a week in advance, just to say, just in case you think I'm going to block you. You don't want it to be like one of those self-serving press releases where you want people to say, please don't go, and then just do it.
Yeah.
And be really clear about what length of time you want to be off Facebook. Say, I'm going to give myself a week, going to have a digital detox for a week and see how that goes, or maybe a month, or maybe even want to do it at the weekends, or
Interesting.
Or for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. All right. So on a more serious note, what does this mean for our shareholders?
This is great news for shareholders because it means that Facebook is the place to be online, to share news, to share your pet photographs. So with over, you know, like north of 1.45 billion at the moment people around the world, that's a lot of people. So it's really it's sort of the place. I spoke to one person who had left Facebook and went to Google and then went back to Facebook because he said, you know, Facebook is the virtual Rolodex. There weren't enough of my friends on Google for it to be fun.
Right, everybody's on it almost. Yeah, well, thanks so much, Quentin.
My pleasure.